Hello all, very good morning. In today's topic, I would like to start the next chapter, which is known as demography. So we'll see what is the importance of demography, what is the scope of this demography, and in which areas this demography is being applied here. So coming to the topic demography here, so demography, it is the scientific study of human population and it is playing an important role in the development of the country. So if you see here, this demography means it is nothing but the study of human population. So here it is mainly dealing with the aspects such as what is the marriage rate in the community, what is the fertility rate in the community, and what is the migration and mortality rates in the community. So if you see here, this marriage rate is directly or sometimes indirectly it is proportional to the fertility rate in the community. So the early the marriage, the early the fertility rate, there are more chances for the fertility rate to get increased. So and the number of people who are coming from the other communities to the particular area, and what is the mortality means what is the death rate there, they are mainly focusing. So if you see here, it is mainly this demography study, it is mainly focusing on the what is the size of the population, what is the composition of the population, and which aspects this population has been distributed in terms of space. And if you see here, we have certain terminologies such as demography, population dynamics, and population studies. These are used here interchangeably. And if you see here, the study of this demography in the other countries, not only as in India, but in the other countries, the importance is rapidly increasing. Why? Because here the population in the developed countries as well as developing countries, they are growing day by day. So in order to provide services, in order to provide health services, in order to provide proper care, in order to maintain proper ruling of the country, we must need the data. So if you have the data, we can have the means we can tackle any kind of situation when it is arising. So based on the number of data, so what is the time, what is the amount of food which is required by the community, what is the amount of medicine which is required by the community, what is the health need, basic health need which is required by the community, we can have all these things when we are following this demography. So when we are approaching the population in a scientific manner, we can identify what is the problem, we can identify what we can get, what is the solution to that particular problem, and we can meet the needs of the people in a definitive manner here. So if you see here, this demography, it was started when the human beings have joined the civil society. So if you see here, as the time is being passed, so every nation all around the globe, they started maintaining proper records of this human population. So when they have started the proper recording of the human population, they have noticed that it was helping for the smooth running of administration, and also it is helping for solving problems as well as economic problems. So whenever you have a proper data regarding particular region or a particular community or a particular country, so based on the need, we can definitely go and meet those needs there. And if you see here, in coming to the India in ancient times, that during Ramayana and Mahabharata, it was a concern that the population was counted during those days also in the country India. Nextly, we'll see what is the history here. So if you see the history of demography, so it is mainly divided into 4 phases. So what is the first phase means? In the first phase of this history here, it is mainly starting with Thomas Robert Malthus in the year 1834. So he stressed mainly on the need, impact, and influences. So he stressed mainly on the what is the need for studying of population. So if we are able to study the population, we can influence the population, we can influence in terms of habits, we can influence them in terms of living conditions, we can influence them in terms of their mortality or morbidity or maternal or marital status. So these are all the aspects which were included in this demography. In the second phase, that is in the 19th century, so population studies started with the beginning of this 19th century here, and the studies were mainly focusing on the relationship between the mortality with the fertility. Nextly, the third phase, it was in the 20th century, and Mr. Cary Sanders, he has brought out a volume, mainly he had brought out a book on the population problem, that is study in human evaluation. And if you see, coming to the fourth phase here, on 20th century, Karl Marx, he is the founder of this philosophy here. So what is this demography? this demography, it is mainly helping us to study the population in human way, in the human beings, as well as it is helping us to find out what is the marital rate, what is the fertility rate, what is the migration rate, and what is the mortality rate. And it is helping us to mainly focus on the size of the population, composition of population, distribution of population, and what are all the dynamics, population dynamics of the community. So all these are the aspects which were included in the demography here. So if you see the definition here, demography means it was divided into like demos. So it was a Latin word which is meaning like people. So it was firstly used by Goulart. So this demography, it is the scientific study of population. It is mainly including the size, composition, and its distribution. So if you see here, demos means people, graphy means measurement. So demography means people and their measurements here. So here if you see, according to Donald J. Berg, so here demography, it is the mathematical and statistical study of size, composition, spatial distribution, and human population, and of changes over these aspects through operations of the process of fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and morbidity. So what is the meaning of this definition means here? According to this Donald J. Berg, he is saying that demography, it is the mathematical and statistical study of the size of population, composition of population, and what is its distribution. So it is mainly covering the aspects such as fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and social morbidity. So have you understood the meaning of this demography? Demography means people and graphy means measurement. Mainly we can say that it is a mathematical study of size of the and composition of the population here. So what is the importance of demography in a community means? So community health nursing, it is closely related with this demography, because health mainly it is depending upon the dynamic relationship between the number of people, what is the space, and the skills that were acquired during the providing of their needy. So if you see here, if we can say that, if for example if you see a PHC, it is mainly covering like 10,000 population, a sub-center it is covering like 5,000 population. So how can you say that a PHC should cover 10,000 population, a sub-center should cover like 5,000 population? How can you say? So we are saying mainly because depending upon the dynamics, depending upon the group dynamics, depending upon number of people. So for every 10,000 population, there is a need of building a PHC there, and there is a need of bringing a health team there. Why? Because for every 10,000 population, we have kept some number. So here if you see, the number of health personnel are always outnumbered to the number of people in the community. So when they were outnumbered, we cannot provide proper care to the community, we cannot provide proper we cannot meet the need of the community here. So this is the main cause that we must follow this demography. When you have the statistical data, the numbering data, so those you can allot the number of persons that were required by the community, and you can achieve the health of the community here. So this demography, it helps the person in acquiring and providing the skills to the community for their needy. So here if you see population, it is mainly influenced by social morbidity, marriage, fertility, and mortality. So why we are saying that population is influenced means social morbidity means the number of diseases increasing. So it will be like whenever there is number of diseases increasing, there will be decreased human activity, and it will automatically increase the burden of the community there. So it is increasing the burden to the family, to the community, as well as the country. Moreover, the development of the country is getting reduced, and it is also depending upon the marriage rate. So what is the age group that they are marrying, and what is the fertility rate after their marriage? So all these aspects they were coming into this demography. So we are measuring the changes which were there in the population, and this demography, it is helping us to control the population growth. So whenever you have the data, whenever you have the statistical data, for example if you say, so the countries like China or the country like India, so China, it is the highest number of population, it is having the highest number of population in the world. Next to China, India, it has become the second highest number of population in the world here. So as we are studying, as we know the importance of bringing down the number of population, so the demography, it is helping us to control the growth of population because of the census that we have today, because of the numbers that we have possessed today. So nextly, it is helping for social studying social, what is the economic and what is the political problem. So as I said, this demography, mainly we are focusing on the people here. We are focusing on their needs. We are focusing on their problems. We are focusing on their health. We are focusing on the economic status. We are focusing on the living standards, and also we are focusing on the political problems which were influenced to the population over there. Nextly, demography. So today, if you see, it is an important key to the many of population problems. Why? Because so when you have the data, for example, as we have discussed, so we have seen number of cases, so many number of cases where, for example, if you take this COVID-19, so firstly they have started some hospitals there. So there were roughly like 1 to 2 labs, and there were roughly like 1 to 2 hospitals for this COVID-19 patients. But as the need is increasing, they kept on increasing the hospital bed number. They kept on increasing the hospital. Why? Because we have the population number here, and we have the what is the morbidity rate and what is the mortality rate which is going in the society. So based on those demography, based on the study, they have increased the number of hospital beds, and they are hiring number of new nurses and doctors, mainly to meet the need of the community here. So nextly, we'll discuss what is the scope of this demography. So if you see the scope of this demography, it is mainly focusing on slowing or rapid of the growth rate. Mainly, it causes changes in the death rate, it causes changes in the population growth, it causes changes in the sex ratio and health conditions. So demography, as I said, it is the science of population, it is the study of population. So in the most general meaning, so here if you see, a population is set of people who live in a specified land area, in a definitive community, in a district or in a country or in a continent with a specific geographical boundaries here. So there we are considering as a demography. So here if you see a formal demography, it is mainly concerned with the size, distribution, structure and changes of the population. For example, if you take the community, so a community here, it is having definite geographical boundaries, and we are mainly focusing on the people who are living inside this community. So what is their health need, what is the size of this area, what is the structure here, what is the kind of population that we are living here, so what kind of health issues were present here. So all these aspects we are studying in the society mainly through the demography. So here we are seeing the size. So size means the number of units. So how many inhabitants were living in the population. Nextly, distribution. So at which area, in which geographical boundaries this one is located. So what is the structure here? So in structure we are mainly seeing what is the age group, what is the gender group among the population, and we are also seeing what is the marital stages of the community, what is the occupational status, and what is the educational level in the community, and what are the ethnic characters and socio-economic status of the community. So all these are things we are seeing during the structure here. Coming to the change, so if you see here the change, it is the increase or decrease of total population or one of the structures of the unit. So what is the population? Based on the fertility rate, the population will increase. Based on the mortality rate, the population will decrease. So we are mainly seeing the change here. So coming to the narrow scope here, so if you see here, population, it is constantly changing over time. So here if you see, today if you have seen like 50,000 population, next day you can observe 55,000 or even 60,000 because of the migration rate or because of the increased fertility rate. So all these aspects here are coming. So demography, it is having narrow scope in terms of as the population is constantly changing all the time. So here mainly the components of this change are mainly what is the birth, what is the death, and what is the immigration, as we have seen. So here if you see, one generation, it is always replaced by the younger generation by birth and death process here. And if you see here, this is the natural change or demographic reproduction. Coming to the broader scope here, so the broader scope of demographic reproduction, it is including the migration. So mainly migration means the people who are moving from one place to another place for their living habitants, for their living manner. Nextly, migration, if you see, it does not cause any great influence in the population, but it does not cause any kind of influence in the population all over the globe. But when it is coming to a country, for example, if you take the slums of Mumbai, so it is an area of around like approximately like 2.5 kilometers area, and morely 60 lakh population were living over there. So if you see here, the population who are living in the Indian country, it is not changing, but the population who are living in a particular area, it is changing there. So it is mainly focusing within a country or within area. So this movement does not affect the total size of the population, but it is affecting the area over there. So it is bringing change in the structure of the population and area, as well as the living conditions of immigrants and out migrants. So here this process, it is also influence the behavior of inhabitants, especially the out migrants, and migration have great influence on the population change. So if you see here, for example, if a community is living in a particular area, and if the other community people are coming and living there, so there will be changes in their behavior pattern. So this community culture and these community activities are coming and meeting the other community which is already existing here, so that the behavioral change is taking place here. So migration have a great influence on population change. So here, when a large number of people are coming to a particular place, here the size of the population is increasing, the behavior pattern of the population is also changing here. So if you see here, a balancing equation is always present mainly in the population change. So it is having mainly relations between the birth, death, migration. So if you see in the next slide, I will show you, wait. So if you see here population is like, so population is like population ending and population beginning point plus what is the number of birth rate and what is the number of death rate plus what is the in migrants and what are the out migrants. So if you see, this is the equation. So if you see this P1 and PO, it is mainly the population at the ending point and population at the beginning point. So what is the population at the starting time and what is the population at the ending time. And if you see B, it is mainly it is standing for the number of births that were occurred during a period, and the number of deaths that were occurred during a period, and number of in migrants means number of people who came from other parts to the particular area, and number of people who went out of the area. So this is the equation here. So if you see, according to this demography, it can cause economic problems. So if a person, if the population are having employment, if the populations are having proper income conditions, their lifestyles will be in high standard. So if they are not getting money, their lifestyle will be in low standard. So there will be labor condition, and their living standards and production and consumption and saving habits of the population of all sections of the society. So rate of growth and their working efficiency, they are having relationship between the economic development and food growth within a growing population. So as the population economic status is good, their production will be good and their need can be met there. So if the economic status of the population is very less and the rate, what is this, the fertility rate is kept on increasing and the food production rate is kept on decreasing, here it is causing so many problems. Nextly, demography, it helps in the study of many problems such as marital status, composition of the family, and growing trends about caste, religion, education. And if you see here this geography, it can also be studied with the help of the demography. For example, trends in the urbanization and problems of migrants from the villages to the cities. So if you see, the population which is coming from means which the populations who are migrating from the villages to cities, they have to change their behavior pattern, they have to change their lifestyle. So if you see in the life in the village, it will be entirely different when it is compared to the cities. So here the demography is helping in the geography manner as well as it is helping with the demography here. So here if you see this demography, it is called as the collective study of human life. It is mainly dealing with individual ancestors, hereditary nature of the population, and collects physical, social and vital facts from the society. So when it is registering facts such as what is the birth, what is the death, and what is the death rate, and what is the family marriage, how many numbers are diverged here, and how many people are in the sick condition, how much human growth, and what is the strength of the community, all these things can be known through demography. And it also helps in studying at some length like what is the disease, what is the relation with the human body, and it is also show a close relationship between the population as well as demography. And demography deals with mainly all type of subjects. So it is mainly including what is the communication, what is the rehabilitation, what is the administrative system. So if you see here the significance of this demography, it is considerably increasing due to the practical utility of the subject. So as we are discussing from the earlier itself, so here the demography, it has all the vital numbers that need by the person who are ruling. So it is having all the vital facts, it is having all the vital numbers. So how many people are in a healthy need, how many people are in a proper need. So when we have the data, we can definitely go and solve the problem. So if you see here, it is mainly closely relating to the social science disciplines, sociology, anthropology, what is the law, ecology, psychology, geography, mathematics, biology, statistics. So if you see here, without demography, it is all these things are unimaginable. So whenever you are studying the population, then only you can get all these activities. So demography has got to be limited to one discipline. So if you see, demography today is accepted all over the world and all over the society. So it is dealing with the groups, and it takes the help of figures and the arithmetics. So through human society, the groups can be studied from social, economical and political angles, and demography has been confined to the study of organization and distribution of groups only. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any queries, you can drop them in the comment box. Please like, if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.